So loyalty is to Allah and to worshipping Allah and following the obedience to the Prophet ﷺ. Others, if they are helping you towards worship of Allah and following, they are your helpers, they are your facilitator. Otherwise, they should be abandoned. Many people fall into this pitfall. Oh, my shaykh says this, or my tariqah says this, or my imam says this, or my scholar says this. But they are no one. They only become someone when they become actually colored in the color of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, or when they are teaching, giving his actually image and his methodology and his sunnah, they are passing that on. Otherwise, they're no one. They no bay'ah or anything, loyalty our is. That's why when we say ashhadu an la ilaha illallah, loyalty is to Allah, wa ashhadu anna Muhammadan abduhu wa rasuluhu, to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam for following and no one else. If anyone will be conducive, helping, good and well. If not, be it he says he's gave this and that imam. Even so much so that when Sayyidina Abu Bakr Siddiq radiallahu anhu stood up first time in the minbar, he said that only obey me until I obey Allah and His Messenger. And you shouldn't obey me when actually I am not obeying, but rather you should correct me or bring me in line as well. And he is the highest ranking person known after Anbiya Ikram alayhi Islam, Sayyidina Abu Bakr, Umar, Usman, Ali. These are the highest ranking people. So if that loyalty cannot be to him, how can it be to another shaykh or imam or scholar? He is no one. He will become someone when he truly becomes actually obedient to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So even if someone have taken bay'ah in the time of Rasulullah sallam, there were people who took bay'ah on the hand of the Prophet al-Islam, and then they became murtad after when he ﷺ passed away. So we can't be loyal to them when they left Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So that's why Sayyidina Abu Bakr Siddiq radiallahu anhu did jihad against murtadeen. Murtadeen means the people who actually rejected and who reverted back to kufr. So obviously this means they came into Islam, only then they can revert back. So this means that once they were Muslim in the time of the Prophet ﷺ, and they say, our loyalty is not to him. They say, oh, we saw the Prophet ﷺ, yes, we did bay'ah. Good and well if you stayed on that. We will be your obedient. So if we cannot obey them or keep on following them, how can we obey someone of our time or after centuries? So get this out of your mind. No one has this guarantee or anything of being infallible except the Prophet ﷺ. Others are, mashallah, they are very honorable, blessed, and if they are following on those things. If not, then say, oh yeah, he's a very big scholar. Oh yeah, he does this. Oh, his father was this, his forefather, he is this. Yeah, no one. Even actually, Nuh alayhi Islam's son was a son of a prophet. Qabil was son of a prophet, Adam alayhi Islam. But should he be followed? The people should be killing other people like he did because of shahwa and women and things. That's what he was doing. So this should be clear in the person's mind actually. Then they are clear, well, I'm not going to follow a spiritual person or be it knowledgeable or politician or anyone if they are not actually on the right. So this is. Secondly, Umrah and Hajj, what is it? When people want to do anything new, let's say they want to do a program, they want to do speech, they want to train, for example, for contingency planning, for a fire drill, they do rehearsal. The military, the police service, they do rehearsal. If this happens, even military have military exercises that they actually pose that it's as though state of war, state of terror, or whatever, what will we do? So they do rehearsal again and again so that when the real thing comes, they can perform. It is rehearsal. If rehearsal is done good, then in actual, when it comes to the actual thing, they will also actually do good. Rehearsal, people who are doing tilawat, they do tilawat, practice, or nasheed, or singers, or others, or cricketers, footballers, how much rehearsal they do so that they can play. So you need actually certain qualification to actually do or be there. Like in the World Cup, for example, is happening. You need to be qualified. Why are many teams, countries even not to be seen there? They may claim, oh, we are very good footballers, whatever. But they are not going to listen to you. They say, no, you're not even allowed to play. Even though you lose, you can't play. Or you win, you can't play. You disqualify. Similarly, there are credentials and qualification to the path to Allah, a guidance to the path to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Then anyone comes on the internet and yeah, I will guide you, I will tell you, I have done my research. So where are all those countries now actually? For football, if you need qualification, what about actually the eternal life? And anyone is coming back because there is no questioning at the moment, like there's no law, no football league or their legal, you may say, representation. So everyone is claiming, I am world champion and I will play. That's what's happening religiously. Everyone's claiming this and that because there's no check. So qualification for you need idhn. Qualification, what is qualification? Idhn, permission, idhn. So idhn from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, from Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, from Mashayikh, and then actually the things go on. As far as the claim is concerned, everyone can make claim, but they will not be listened to. So what is Umrah or Hajj? It is one of the dimensions of it is a rehearsal of death, how to die and how to get through barzakh, how to get through Day of Judgment successfully. It is a rehearsal of that. It's the rehearsal of that journey. That because you will die one day, everyone will die. That is why there is only one time Fard Hajj. Because you're only going to die once. So if you do at least one rehearsal, at least, this is Fard, so you can die well. You can get through the grave and the barzakh well. You can get through the Day of Judgment, 50,000 years, or Bridge of Sirat well. And actually to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But if you do more nawafil, umrah, nafal umrahs, and umrahs are nafal anyway, and nafal hajj, etc., that's more rehearsal. But if you are properly one, that is also sufficient. At least it is giving you how to. So what is umrah and hajj? It's a rehearsal, a practice of the journey after death and how to prepare for that. It's not only for this thing. It has benefits for this, but for that is salah and other things, and zakah and things. Particularly Umrah and Hajj specifically, because it's a journey and exemplification for rehearsal how to die in a good state, how to die in state of pleasure. So one should know, and if you do it with this mindset, then you benefit because you are doing a rehearsal. You know you can't deceive death, so you might as well be serious. It's not about doing prayer. You can do prayer here. It's not about dhikr. You can do dhikr. It is a rehearsal of death. How you can actually, because you have to die. If you practice, you will know how to die in a good state. That is why when a person starts a journey of death, because death is a journey. How do you start the journey? you take off your clothing. That was Umrah. You see, Rasulullah ﷺ did Umrah at that time, Sahaba Ikram, because he was living, there were no Medina Sharif as such, actually. You may say that the people have to visit at that time, anything. They did Umrah and that's it. They were. So, you take off your normal clothes, meaning if you want to prepare for your real death, rehearsal is take off, come out of the comfort zone, take your normal routine, your amal which you're doing normally of ghafla and thing, take them out. This is rehearsal. Now you are rehearsing well. And then you wear the white two cloth. One is the cloth of the reflection of sifat of Allah. Reflection of the sifat. That is what you should be adorning. And the other is the cloth of the prophetic akhlaq and prophetic sifat. So that is the two things. And now you are ready. So meaning that this is the rehearsal. If you want someone asks, oh, how can I prepare for death? This is the way. Get out of what you are doing now and replace it with the color of Allah and His Messenger. And then when you go from here to Kaaba, it's like you are going from your birth to death. And you are saying labbaik, labbaik, meaning your whole life should be actually a reflection of labbaik. Yet you are always thinking, what does Allah want from me here? What does He want from me? Allah, I am present. What do you want me to do when I'm at the road, when I am at home, when I go to toilet, when I actually go to anything and everything? It's as though you are in state of labbaik actually. That is your journey. So it's like a practice giving you, that's like a practice, a rehearsal when you're going to Umrah, but really it is this thing. It's giving you the view for this. So a person is going through this. And where is he going through? To actually making destination in rehearsal. Rehearsal is not real. You know, when people are training, it's not real. Military exercise is the real enemy. So really now the rehearsal is toward Kaaba, but in actual fact is it toward Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Kaaba is just practice for you. That's why it's made of stone. It's not God, nor we worship it. But we are just actually making it direction of our worship and the center of the tajalliyat of Allah. But in actual fact, we are preparing for the real, actually going toward Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So once going there, so make this purpose of your life, and this is Kaaba. So real, going to inside Kaaba, many people are interested. There's no guarantee that you are close to Allah. Abu Jahl, Abu Lahab, Yazid, and other people who went inside the Kaaba, Hajjaj bin Yusuf and others, they didn't benefit at all. Now as well, you see the leaders, the politicians, the actors, they're going now and then special. There's no guarantee of the pleasure of Allah or anything going in the Kaaba. Where there is guarantee, that is a Kaaba called the pleasure of Allah. If you go inside the Kaaba of the pleasure or the qurb of Allah, that is actually guaranteed that you are now friend and you are, Allah Azza wa Jal actually is close to you. Not going through those four walls of the Kaaba. It is the Kaaba of the qurb of Allah, Kaaba of the pleasure of Allah if you are in there. And four walls like there, and there is in. So by this Kaaba also have four walls. The body, the mind, the heart, the soul. These are like walls of this Kaaba if they are wood. And if you build them brick by brick, and the spirit, the ceiling, and the bottom base actually, We have made one presentation on that as well. Maybe you have seen that how these four walls of Kaaba and all ceiling and ground indicate for the pleasure of Allah subhanahu. So if you go in that sign of Kaaba, yes, you are in the, you have achieved. Going in this Kaaba is no honor if Allah is not pleased with you.